So Analog makes some really nice stuff. I don't own any of their stuff because there is so much out there right now, like the Super Nintendo from Hyperkin and the NES from Hyperkin. But this Game Boy is absolutely gorgeous looking. But I wasn't even interested. All right, that's a lie. I was very interested, but I wasn't considering getting it because you know they're going to have a high price tag and everything. And if you saw my video, I don't know, last week or the week before, whatever, it about the color, the GB Color or whatever it is, it's spelled Colour as well, as you can see on the screen. That plays all my games that I have. I haven't ran into a game that it doesn't play yet, cartridge-based wise. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why would I waste the money on this thing? And then I noticed a few things that I think I really do want to get this system. Now, as I find out more, I wouldn't be surprised if I change my mind and change my mind again. But here are some of the things that I actually found really interesting about this whole system. One of the main things I saw on it was that the resolution is going to be higher, which you'd think, well, all right, whatever. But it's a 3.5-inch color screen, and they're supposed to be able to be making it look better on it, of course, which that's very believable. It's not emulation, which is nice, supposedly. And I also noticed that there's this FPGA development thing that I wasn't aware of. And what that is it's a development board of a type, and it's not like an Arduino or Raspberry Pi. There's other boards out there, but you can program it afterwards. So that kind of worries me, and actually I'm kind of excited for it, just in the fact that, does this mean it's just going to be open source and I got to rely on a bunch of other people, which can actually be really cool and has been for the Raspberry Pi? Or is it going to be supported by Analogue, which seems to be a very well-based company at this point? So it can be good, or sometimes it can be bad because things kind of get halfway done. But the other thing I noticed in it too was it was describing that it's going to play other systems, which I found absolutely amazing, because one of them was the Sega Game Gear. And I think in one of the comments somebody said something, and I responded to them about how I wish someone would make a Game Gear version. So I actually started recording making one that I was going to do for a video, which you'll see right here. And this is just the front shelling on top of a Raspberry Pi with a 3.5-inch screen hat on it, or shield on it, whatever you want to call it. And then I heard this information, and this really got me excited, not to mention all the other type of titles that they have on there. So it says the adapter is sold separately, which kind of worries me a little bit, because by saying the adapter is sold separately, are they saying that because it has to be developed still? Or and if so, that's fine as long as they plan on doing it. But who's going to develop it? Is Analog planning on developing it, or are they expecting other people to develop it because of the type of the development board they're using? I can't say that word that many times in a row. One of the nice things I did notice is, at first you have your directional pad on the left, and then you have your 4 buttons on the right, and that could have been turbo, the other 2 buttons, but most likely they are separate buttons. Then you have your 3 on the lower right. One of them has the analog symbol, so that could be a home key of some type, but you all have, nice rocker switches on the left, some kind of connection on the right. And then even on the back, you'll notice that it actually has trigger buttons or bumper buttons. So they already are thinking of extra buttons, and I'm hoping that is because they are going to be doing the development of that. But it would be nice if, they do keep it kind of open source, which it looked like they said they would. One of the other things that I actually thought was really neat too, and somebody actually asked this question on Twitter, I saw it, and I thought, oh, that'd be really good, and that is like an HDMI connection to the TV. And I'm just thinking to myself, that would be a good thing. Nintendo Switch is such a great device with the fact that you can play it portable and also as a console. And they're talking about having a dock for it, which I thought was really neat. Now, all these pictures are actually rendered, so you don't really know for sure if that's what it's going to look like. Is it actually ever going to get made? Things like that. But if they do it, that would be fantastic, especially if it can use different, Retrobit has the nice Sega Genesis controller out now. There's so many different USB ones out there from different companies that actually are really nice to use. I'm partial to the Sega Genesis one just because of the fighting style. But all that stuff would be great if you could hook it to a TV. But I do I do like this unit. As of right now, I actually am planning on trying to get it. I really like it. If it comes out like the rendered pictures, it is very sleek. One of the things I noticed too is the docking thing. It could be as simple as using something like a just a USB-C dock, because on the bottom, it's hard to see in the picture, but they have it rendered with a USB-C device down there, which you'll also, if you look closely, you will see there is actually a link spot there too, which is awesome. I really actually kind of miss playing that. I remember the original Game Boy and playing tennis with one of my friends on that. But yeah, feel free to leave comments on what you think, correct anything I said wrong, because I get things wrong all the time. And whether you think it should be something that is gotten, or if you have any information that maybe I missed. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.